the best conversation with Anita from Wordfetti. She's a fantastic copywriter. She's human-centric. She uses a lot of emotion in her copy. And nowadays, with all the conversation about Chat-GPT and AI, we're talking about that, by the way. If you are looking to learn more about how to make your side hustle work, how to automate your business, get more done in 2 hours, this is the channel, okay? Where productivity with business kind of like intertwine. And I'm Roberta West. I'm walking you through everything that I am doing right now with the business, with the clients, so you can get the hottest things that you can implement today in less than an hour, in less than 2 hours. So subscribe, hit the bell. Let's jump right in. One thing that people should do to sell more or to use copy better in their business, I want your best advice. Just let's get started with like your best, most insightful knowledge.
All right, I've got it. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is they jump straight to copy, to being like, okay, how can I make this sound awesome? But I would invite anyone who is approaching copy to, first of all, be obsessed with the problem that you're actually solving for your audience. Because here's the thing, like when we are in business, especially even as a digital course creator, you are in the business of problem solving. You need to be obsessed with that problem that you're solving for your audience. And the reason why is this: number one, at any given moment, give it a global pandemic, give it even a recession or inflation, whatever moment could be happening for whatever could be happening for your audience, what that solution that you're selling could sound different. So for example, someone
That's
who
amazing. I'm gonna stop right there. Like, just bring it back, because I don't think people really listen to this. Like, you don't make something better with copy. Like, you create it and then you just propagate, right? Like, you just tell people through copy, and like, I love that. So go back. I interrupt you.
Yes. But yeah, it's, the one question I always get, my students and even just people in the audience to really consider is this question, like, what does your audience need to see? What do they need to feel? What do they need to know? And what do they need to believe in order to actually buy the thing that you are selling? And like I said, it's going to be different depending on the different environment, different feelings for your audience. So if there was like high interest rates happening like it is right now, the motivations and what your audience wants to see, feel, know, and believe is going to be different to when they feel completely replenished. So when you can really see that, like, the copy changes as well, the messaging.
We want to go back a little bit and talk about your business. You have a really fun brand.
So I used to be a lawyer. I used to write things people don't read at all until things go wrong, which is really like just legislation, policies, regulations. So you don't legit read my things until things go wrong. So it's really nice that people read my things now.
That the motivation to start your business is like,
you know what? I've always had that creative
more
bank
approachable.
Account. Yeah. I've always had that creative bank account. I feel like that I never got to tap into. And I think I did a very traditional thing. I went to law school, became a lawyer. I study psychology as well. I'm so fascinated by human behavior and why people behave the way that they do. So yeah, I did that at university, graduated, became a lawyer. I didn't last too long in the corporate world, probably only for 5 years. And then I started a number of side hustles. Wordfetti was my third side hustle. And it purely came out of love for language and words, Roberta, like literally just pure love for language. Like I could say, I'd like to work with you versus I'd love to work with you. It's a very subtle tweak in language, but the latter sounds more like warm and fuzzy, right? Totally. So yeah, like, so nowadays, like Wordfetti is now 6 years in, and we're a human-centered brand strategy and copywriting house. We help brands, we like to say, who don't do normal, stand out and make more sales through the power of psychology and words. So yeah, I feel like it's all led me to this moment. But the funny story, you asked for a funny story. So I remember when I first launched Wordfetti, it was just me, by the way, and I published the website, made it live, and it was crickets. Like, it was crickets for 8 or 10 months, like crickets, because like you don't publish a website, make it live, and the leads roll in. It doesn't work that way.
Even 6 years ago, it wasn't like that.
Exactly. But then my first lead came, and this is a funny story. The first lead came, I'll never forget her. Her name was Holly. Me and Dean, my now husband, we were on this like really nice like getaway in the rainforest. Like we were, just having a really nice break and holiday. And I'll never forget it. This first client, I was just jaw on the ground being like, excuse me, I'm just to Dean. I was like, excuse me, I'm going to go and take a client call.
Find some Wi-Fi and I'll see you in a few days.
Yeah, I'll see you in a few hours. Anyway, 2 hours later, I had this discovery call for 2 hours with this client, and my jaw was on the ground because she was an artist and she was telling me her story and why she was doing certain things a certain way. And I was like, oh my gosh, you want me to tell your story? Me? Out of all the people? I couldn't believe it. It was so much fun. And yeah, I'll never forget that moment because Dean was just like, wait, what? Wait, we just got here.
Let's move to more controversial topic right now. So
okay, cool.
AI, Chat-GPT, all that good stuff. Love, hate, and what's your best prediction for where this is going?
As a copywriter, I dig it. It might sound controversial, but I dig it because I think just like Canva is to graphic designers, it's the same in the realm of whether or not it's Chat-GPT or another AI platform. I think it's a really great tool that can actually supercharge a really strong foundation, because Chat-GPT or any of those AI platforms are only as good as the input that you put in there. Because let's just say, for example, if you put in on Chat-GPT, give me 5 tips for marketing, it's going to regurgitate to you the most Googleable thing there is, and going to sound like everyone else. But if you can really teach Chat-GPT, because it's literally like a baby, you teach it things and then it learns a system, it can actually produce something that can be just completely radically different. And I think when a copywriting agency, a communication agency, or a marketing agency can really leverage the power of AI through that lens, that can actually help their clients even more. So we're doing a lot of testing at the moment with how we can actually use AI to teach it our method to then help our clients do content and copy faster and better. Yeah.
So it's like integrating it in your system, in your process. That's fantastic. I love that. Because there's a lot of products out there, like how to use it, prompts and stuff. And I'm like, does it really help anybody? But like having a process to use it in create and co-create, I think is fantastic. I'm excited. But so let's dig a little bit deeper into the business side. I know you have, and I just mentioned, like you have different branches of your business right now.
Yeah. What
is Wordfetti Group? What do you guys do? Like, what are your offers? And tell me about.
It sound like a cult.
No, it's not. It's a copy cult. No, I think this is not even like being funny. No, not even going there. All right, back. Like, what do you?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, what is Wordfetti?
What do you Wordfetti today?
Yeah, love it. I love it. So there's 3, essentially, we deliver on our mission in 3 separate arenas. We, of course, execute and do it for our clients, and that is through a lot of our clients come to us because of our psychology-backed and design thinking methodology. A lot of what we do is consumer behavior-based. We don't start with just a product and just go ham there. We actually take the time to really understand, well, what do people want to actually feel? How can we actually create lifetime value for a client, etc.? So we do it for clients. We also then teach people to, if they want to learn how we do it, we've enveloped it into, our signature course, Wordfetti or Words, which is launching soon. We've got an on-demand workshop for captions, and we've got a content club. So there's more of a digital arm where we teach our audience how to do it. And then we've got like an it's open 24/7. It's a word shop, we call it, word shop, which essentially sells copywriting templates, including like digital product launch email templates for those who want to save time but want epic copy.
Yeah. But tell me more about Wordfetti or Words, because is that for copywriters or no? It's for the general entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, like to know how to use and infuse this kind of like human design into their copy.
Yeah, so I would probably say it's designed for 3 key audiences. It's designed for those who want to be a copywriter. So usually we've got a lot of people or want to add copywriting to their services. So we've got VAs, social media managers, launch managers that join. We've got actual copywriters and content writers. Yeah, totally. So we've got actual copywriters and conversion writers, launch copywriters that join as well. But also we've got business owners, small business owners who join, because at the heart of it, if you cannot communicate what it is that you do and why what you do and how you do it is different, it's very difficult to actually outsource that to someone else. Like, how do you brief someone else? You're literally handing over your business to someone else if you're going to do that. So we've got those are the top 3 audiences that end up joining Wordfetti or Words.
And what are you planning for this year, for this program this year? Like, how are you envisioning the program helping people right now? Like you said, like how are you?
Yeah,
who would really love or should definitely, take a look at it?
Yes, AI produces a lot of fast copy or content or words, but the one thing that it misses is that human element to it. And the human element to it, one's insight, one's perspective, and how you communicate is the one thing that has the ability to actually set you apart, but also build that connection with your audience. So one of the biggest things that we're really focusing on in a lot of the live mentoring calls this year, because with a lot of our students, it's lifetime access. So they get continuous access to live calls, which is really awesome, is, I guess, that element of being able to communicate and write and translate their thoughts into words strategically faster. So when we can do that, yes, we can input it into Chat-GPT, but you can actually also write copy so much faster, and the ability to tweak your messaging, the ability to write your copy. And as you know, going through launches yourself too, Roberta, like the ability to tweak your messaging is probably the fastest way for you to generate conversions, with the exception of you going through a complete rebrand or overhaul, right? It's the fastest way for you to generate conversions.
Like your specific take on something, it's actually something that I think is going to be more valuable, because information or just, knowledge, or even knowledge, like, is so cheap right now. It's so available, right? All right.
Like,
so
your ability to clearly communicate, I think, is
your
going to be key,
ability.
At the end, the best communicator wins.
For people, because information is just overloaded. So you, as the mentor and the friend and the guide, that is going to become, I think, at least for the short term, some of the most precious or more highly sought. It's not about what you know and what you put in a program. It's like, how do you find the right fit? How do you use it and find the right person for it? One thing that people should ask you, but they don't.
This is so tricky. This is so tricky, but I know, I feel like I was asked this the other day, actually, and I feel like people don't ask me this because I'm a copywriter, but the question is, how do you actually find a good copywriter? Like, they don't ask me this, but apparently these conversations happen just everywhere else. But we all talk
behind your back.
Yeah. Everyone talks about this behind my back. So how do you actually find a good copywriter? And this was my response to her. You determine whether or not someone is a good versus great copywriter based on the amount of questions that they actually ask you, not just by them taking the brief and actually running with it. But by them actually poking it, challenging it, and being like, okay, but you said your business objective was this. Yeah, your business objective was this.
Yeah.
So that if that's the case, then we should really be exploring this. Because when you invest in a copywriter, you're investing in someone who's not only a writer, but a creator, a challenger, a zigzagger, a minimalist, so that you can cull the copy, the fluff, right?
Yeah.
Someone who is going to completely take your ideas and scramble it, but also bring it back together so beautifully. So you've got to really hire someone who can chameleon into your brain, can be an extension of your brain. Because only then can they actually write copy that is going to be aligned to the problem that you're actually solving, and write for the end audience, not you, but the end audience, because that's ultimately who matters. So yeah.
Love it, because the way that I see copywriters, and I think this is a little bit different than most people, but I love to find people that adds to my vision, and we collaborate. Like their voice is not what I want, or like it's not my voice, is complementary. Like it's something that I know, you know, I've hired copywriters before that had this very conversational, like very warm and intimate kind of voice. And I'm like, write on your voice, like get my bullet point thoughts because this is how I write, and make it warmer, because this is where I lack. And I love collaborating and saying, look, this is, I know what I'm talking about, but I want to reach people that cannot understand what I'm talking about right now because they can't read my bullet points. They need connection. So I love finding copywriters that, like you said, that go into your mind, that merge, that completely immerse themselves into your business. Because copywriters in digital business, I don't know if you agree with this, but you guys are like the best salespeople for us, right? Like we do things through words. Like most people don't call anybody and do sales calls, but like we would find the sales are done through copy. And, we don't think that way. We're just like, oh yeah, they can write. And I'm like, no, it's not that they can write. They need to sell for you. They need to believe in your thing. They need to know what the thing is. And that's why it's expensive, and it should. Like it is not expensive. It's like great return is one of the areas that you if you do it right and find the right person, you get great return. Like it's the easiest thing to get return.
There's like no use by date in terms of the ability to write copy, because you need it. Like always, the ability
no matter what you do
is the ability to sell. And
this has been like
expensive.
And expensive. Thank you so much for taking time of your vacation or your personal time to be here late at night, early in the morning with me. Like we moved to morning already. This is not a camera trick.
Oh my God. Love it.
Where can they find more about you, Wordfetti, and more about Copy with a Heart?
Yes. Well, you can find me personally at Anita Siek, ANITASIEK. Definitely check us out at Wordfetti and everything that we're diving into in terms of copy tips and all of that on Wordfetti. We've also got a podcast called Brandfetti if you want to have me in your ears. And yeah, we've got Wordfetti Awards launching very soon as well. So if you want to join in and learn how to write copy that sells through our psychology-backed method and now your messaging, then we hope to see you there.
Anita, thank you so very much.